Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we defeated the last of the 4 bosses that are presumably needed in order to get to where the final boss is located. In the process, we kicked Swanir's butt, and it was very satisfying. In regards to this bow, by the way, we got an ebon bow, which was Princess Rachel's. Where is it? Ebon bow. There it is. Not a very great weapon, but then again, it was not a great weapon during the fight, so that makes sense. And bringing this to the king and queen does not do anything, but we'll at least keep it as a memento for the fallen princess. Also, Lyn learned a thing here. What did Lyn learn? Flash freeze. 95 damage on all enemies at the cost of 45 of your own HP. Not great. Probably won't use it. So, anything else? No, I believe that we're ready to move on. Defeating the 4 bosses here in the final dungeon should have opened up the way. Yep. Warning. This is the point of no return from facing the Dark Lord. It is highly recommended you save on another slot so you can return to restock items and equipment, or raise your levels if you need to. No, I already took care of the item situation. In fact, let me go over that real quick. Let's see here. I got some more white cherries. I bought some more honey clovers, I think. Or did I? I can't remember, actually. In any case, I bought some more of these special items that cure all of us. And I bought a bunch of various healing items, so I should be good for the coming final battles. So let's go ahead, save on this slot here. In time to move on to the final memory card. Stripeback says, but are you at a high enough level? I should be. I'm like level 30 and higher. That should be a high enough level. Kinda surprised, for as long as this game has been, figured that I'd already be at level 40 by this point. Still, being at level 30 is pretty significant for RPG Maker 1, especially given that once you're past level 21, every single level that requires the exact same amount of experience points. And also, there aren't really many RPG Maker 1 games that last long enough that you would get above that level. Okay, so please select the party you wish to fight the Dark Lord with. This is the last time you will be able to swap party members. Well, I will go ahead and stick with the ones that I have been for the final dungeon. Also remember that you can change equipment by selecting party members and then pressing square. Well, let me do this real quick then, because he got some new equipment. Not gonna use it right now, but useful to remember it for New Game Plus. Okay, you. Do I want to do anything else with equipment real quick? I know we got stuff that reduces damage from various types of attacks. The Phenom Anklet. as well as the Parapai Scarf, and the Cresta Bangle. The catch is, Lynn will cause 15 whole points less damage if I take this off. And same with Uri. I might just stick with Hitting Hard. That will be the plan for the time being. If it turns out I need to change it, I will. Yeah, hold on to that thought, actually. Because I see where that is going. At the end of this room is going to be the next boss. Grandis Marwyn. This is it, Grandis. You may leave now, and let us go on into the greater opponent who lies beyond, or I shall repay you for the pain you've caused the people of Kalinka, the brutal deaths of Lyle, Warren, and Millie, and for hurting the love of my life, Sarah, who is as far from evil as you are from innocence. But I wish not to indulge in something as petty as vengeance when the world itself is at stake. Stand aside. Stand aside? You must be joking. I am the last of the glorious Lunas Elrunites destined to wage war against our four great antitheses, the Solus Enzu angels, and forever wipe their names out from underneath the heavens from which they were born. It was destined from the very beginning of time that we would all meet in our final battle here, before the great portal to the darkest of dark sanctuaries where Zenobia, the Lord of Darkness and great dragon who devours the blessed seed of the pure maiden, awaits to cast his hand over all Elvenia. The mother was right about that much. Even if I am now alone to face all of you together, it matters not. I won't stand down. I'll wipe the floor of this dark sanctum with the blood of the angels and two-legged mortals here and now as tribute to Lord Zenobia's supremacy. I have a debt to pay, Grandis, not just to the people of Kalinka who removed your master's devilish curse upon me and admonished me to join with the Angel of Perseverance and journey forward to a greater realization of destiny, but this debt is to pay to all of Elvenia, and the Dark Lord isn't going to lay his filthy hands on her any longer. Or on Earth. Move! 4 human children from a world that was already doomed, a human teenage girl who clings to her 4 earthling brothers to hold her hand in everything she does, an old maid elf who fears her own sword she could have used to slay thousands of my kind, a foolish old pirate who should have long ago sank to the bottom of the mid-ocean clutching his precious cross to him, as much good as Serena could do him in that, and a little pipsqueak mop of green hair, cow eyes, and malformed wings who cannot even perform the innate womanly duty of giving birth to new life. Such weaklings who could never have hoped to match me in battle when I first ever confronted them, and yet have made it this far. Grandis' eyes suddenly flash red. Grandis' voice changes as he speaks. But do you really think you can now match one who's so grounded in his convictions that he would sacrifice all trace of human light to become a demon in both blood and spirit? You will lose this time. Never before have you Elvenian scum faced a true servant of darkness such as myself. And you shall tremble as though the very angels of heaven have lost grip on their golden heartstrings at once to fall to earth with a deafening crash of hopelessness. Wail and writhe in the despair, children of light. Okay, so I am probably going to cut in at this point at YouTube, because we have already done this fight, and it did not go well. And by that I mean it did not go well for Grandis, because he pretty much spent the entire fight paralyzed. Pretty much how it was with Swanir. I paralyzed him, and he stayed paralyzed. I have never seen RNG be so in favor for me like that. And considering this is Grandis, I wanna do a real fight, as SK is putting it there in the chat. Grandis deserves to be put down much like Swanir does, but for the sake of entertainment, we've been waiting for this rematch. We need to give him a real rematch. Just real quick, SK says he wasn't supposed to be that prone to paralysis, as we put his stat resistance at 6,000, which plus the natural percentage defense enemies have against paralysis should have made it maybe a 1 in 10 chance at best of it connecting against Grandis X, which by the way is his name now. But you know how chance attacks are in RPG Maker 1. Indeed, RNG is all over the place in RPG Maker 1. The odds of paralysis are more of a guideline. SK also says, we didn't want to nix it though, since Paprika had story relevance to her Galaxy Stop spell, and we already had to cut silence and poison attacks from the game for the heroes to use, because they are so broken when good guys use them. Definitely, I love poison in RPG Maker 1, specifically using it against bosses because it causes a crap ton of damage. Like, if a boss has, say 4,000 points of health, then poison would be doing around 200 points of damage to them every turn, and that is a lot of damage. Speaking of Grandis X, he has 5,000 points of health, and he is weak against water and ice and that sort of thing. So we'll go ahead and be taking advantage of that. I am still going to use more or less the same strategy I had been using in regards to boosting stats with Uri. Dusk, what was it that I had you do? Agility down? I think that's what it was. Agility minus 12. Oh wait, no, it was this. Still don't know if that's useful, but that's what we're going to do. And we do Kaijin River to boost everybody's attacks. And I'm going to withhold from using Galaxy Stop unless I need to. It's going to be more of an emergency sort of thing. Instead, Spiral Flash. That's unfortunate. That's doubly unfortunate. So, my first attempt, Grandis did get in that. That is the only thing he was able to do, was confuse us. What else he's capable of, I have no idea. I'm gonna hope that we don't take damage like that again. Suddenly feeling like maybe Kaijin River is not the best idea. So, let's see here. Oh, you know what? We'll do that. He's got poison. Poison's kind of a bad thing. I will go ahead and do this. heal Uri. Continue boosting guard. I'll leave the poison alone for the moment. Aha! I was right. We do need to boost our resistance to certain spells. So, Dusk needs to kind of continue that. Uri, go ahead and attack now. And somebody is going to want to heal Dusk on this turn, while he does a little bit of this. Hopefully, Grandis does not have any instant death spells. Let's go ahead and... You know what? Sure. Let's go ahead and use one of these. Hopefully that was not a mistake. Not on Lyn, not on Lyn, not on Lyn. Dang it! Okay, well, I guess Dusk is going to be doing the healing now. And just in case, make sure that Dusk is able to go before Grandis, because turn order can be wonky sometimes. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get the rest of this resistance spread out. I really want to ensure Dusk has his turn. And Paprika... I don't have to worry about running out of honey clovers. Oh boy, that's an attack. Dragon Slave, that was a cool attack. Which reminds me, there was another cool attack that Grandis knows. Or not Grandis. Who was it? Vern. That glitchy spell was actually kinda neat. I didn't comment on it on the time, but it was definitely kind of a neat effect. Okay. Time to start hitting them a little bit harder, I think. So I don't know how strong that dragon attack is, what type of spell it is. I would assume it is a magical spell, thus not affected by the resistance that I built. Nice. Okay, that poison's starting to become a pain. Let's do Kakule Wind. Lyn, Charmy's Wave, Paprika. Hopefully, Grandis does not immediately re-poison Uri. Gosh dang it! You know what? Never mind. We'll endure the poison. Make sure Dusk is able to have enough MP to continue healing. By the way, apparently, according to SK, that dragon attack that Grandis has, he is said to have a 30% chance of using it. RNG, once again, being in my favor. I guess Dusk can take a turn to go ahead and attack. Wasn't a very strong attack, but every little bit helps. Especially considering how much health this guy has. And now we'll go ahead and start healing some more. So, SK says that Dragon Slave is a reference to that anime, The Slayers, of course. The spell the main character always used to blow up cities. SK also says that using tech defense from Dusk paid off. System ID and Napalm are techs, so they would do a lot more damage normally otherwise. Oh boy, Napalm was a tech, and I cut that down in half. That would have hurt. Anyway, we got a much better fight with Grandis that time. I was once again in nearly complete control there. But at least this time it was a lot more entertaining than him being paralyzed the entire dang time. Also, it's not ID, I should point out. It is id, as in like Sigmund Freud's theory about the id. My bad. System id, then. Kalinka has been avenged. Sarah's honor is restored. That was the last Lunas Elru knight. You know, he's still standing there. The threat to the Solus Emzu Angels is still standing there. You had sold yourself, everything, to the devil, Grandis, Reaper of Mortals, and yet you were still defeated. Why are our angels no longer talking in those big old transparent windows anymore? It is finished. Our light that we carry is enough to overcome even you as a sworn enemy of heaven. And now we shall go on to save Elvenia from an evil force even more powerful than you, Grandis. The devil himself will lose his sway over the world on this day. Scornful laugh. You may have beaten me, you little brats, but no matter what, you have only prolonged your doom by mere hours, as before the Dark Lord, no Elvenian's will can remain as strong as you all may feel it is in your vicinity over me. Those of you weak, pathetic fools who so cherish your blue world will kneel and quake in terror in the presence of your destructor before you can even begin to draw a single sword or speak the first word of a magic spell against him. Yes, my sincere wishes for the complete destruction of this danged refuse heap of a planet shall be realized, even if I will no longer exist to see it. Ooh, that's not cool. I don't care how evil you are, nobody deserves to cease existing. Goodbye, mortal children of the Divine Mother. This is it. Just one more to go, and it will be over at last. Sarah, I have but one last foe to protect you from, and then you may at last be safe from everything that you fear. Please, just wait and hang on a little while longer. Let's go. Helvenia's day of salvation awaits just ahead of us. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and end today's stream. Next time is going to be the final boss. And that will be a spectacle.